Hi there and welcome back to the channel. So I have been doing a lot of editing in Luminar lately, and I thought what I would do is jump in and show you the GenErase tool as well as the Erase tool, and they're two completely different things. These are fabulous for removing distractions in your photo, whether there's just little ones or whether there are a lot. So let's jump into Luminar and I'll show you how to use them. So let's have a look at this image here where I have got a lot of people in the image, and I'll show you the finished result first and then I'll show you how I can go back and use it. So using the GenErase, this is what I did. It was quick, easy, and it did a fabulous job on doing that. Now, I'll explain why there's two images in a minute as well. So let's go back to the original one. Now, the GenErase you will find in your extras panel, and you just click on that. It will do its little sort of check out the whole image type thing, and then you get this little circle with the plus in it, and you can make it bigger or smaller depending on what you want. And it's just a matter of going through and grabbing what you want. Include shadows and reflections, that's very important. And let's hit erase. And they're gone. It even put the boat in behind her head, so that's pretty good. Now, if you want to reset your selection, and you can come in and you can pick up some more people. And I'm going to hit erase. It says to get the best resolution to select and erase one object at a time, but I have found when they're quite small, then you could do a couple at once, and it seems to do a pretty good job. So that's without and that's with. So I could come through, I'm going to reset that selection again because otherwise it just tries to use the same selection again. And I'm going to hit erase. I'm just going to get rid of those marks on the road and things like that. Okay, so that's all done. So even this boat with the reflection in the water, if I wanted to get rid of those, I'll reset the selection first, get rid of those little boats, click erase. And that did a great job there. Let's even try for the car. Okay, and that's it done. So that's fabulous. Now, once you've done all that, now this is actually quite destructive to your image, and this is why it gives you a second copy. So now that I've done all that and I've erased everything that I pretty much want to erase, I'm going to hit save. And then it gives you two versions. So if I open up my tab, I have got the original version that I was playing with somewhere in there. But if you come down to your generative creations, you will find it there. So that's the one that I did previously that still had the car. And this is one without the people and the car. So that does a fabulous job of removing distractions like that. Now let's jump over and I'm going to show you how to use the erase tool as opposed to the GenErase tool. Okay, so I've got this image here, and if I zoom in, I've got a person standing there with their dog, and I've also got somebody else just walking at a frame. And they're only small, but I do want to get rid of them because they are annoying. And I could use the GenErase, but I can also use the erase tool. So if I click on the erase tool, I've got here. Now, I can also remove power lines, which I don't have, and I can also remove dust spots, which I don't really have in this image either. So if you are looking for objects removal, they're just there. So what I'm going to do is you can make the size as big or as small as you want. And I'm just going to hit erase, and they're gone. and it does a pretty good job. If it's just small distractions that you need to remove, then using the erase tool is fine. But if you want to go into something bigger, then maybe look at the GenErase. Let's have a little look at what you can do with the erase tool on a portrait. Okay, so I've got this portrait here, and I could go and use some of the portrait tools down below, but I just wanted to show you how you can come in and you can quickly and easily get rid of just some little blemishes in portraits as well. So let's go in. I'm going to go in a little bit closer. And it's really good for getting rid of blemishes and things like that as well. So whether you use the erase tool or whether you use the GenErase tool, they're both excellent in Luminar for removing distractions. Even if you want to get rid of some flyaway hairs, the erase tool is a little less destructive than the GenErase. So it's probably worth considering that for some things rather than using the big GenErase, which it is destructive, but it does give you a copy of your image anyway. So that's always a really good option too. Once you've got the edit, then you can go in and continue editing that image. So that's it for this week's video. Let me know if there's anything else in Luminar you'd like me to explore. Have you tried the GenErase as opposed to erase tools in Luminar? Let me know in the comments down below. So thanks for watching. As per always, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and I will see you next time on YouTube. Bye.